So this mummy feature is Dreamlight Valley. I have played Dreamlight Valley before, but I have left quite a big gap after the Fairy Godmother as I wanted to let things build up a little bit more. So this is first little bit is just me finishing off a Fairy Godmother mission to return Merlin's book and stopping in chit-chatting a lot to people. This video is mainly going to cover Vanellope's introduction and her first mission and a bit. It's also going to cover the ending of the Forgotten storyline, which the actual game flagged up a warning on that as well. So I'm going to say it too, that obviously if you don't want any spoilers, then don't watch. But also if you're feeling a bit emotional, it can deal with some difficult topics. So again, I would avoid this video in that case too. Me telling the Fairy Godmother that I have finished her mission to return his book. I haven't done very many of hers yet, so again, there's a lot there to not know. But I decided to pick a mission that came up from Scrooge. But then I realised I also hadn't actually bought anything in the shop in a little while. This does update daily, so I thought I would have a quick nose and buy a few things. And then I thought I would change my outfit as well, because I'm pretty sure it was the littlest who picked that outfit that I'm currently wearing. So I thought I would kind of mix it up a little bit and, completely change my look. And I didn't want to go too summery either because obviously we're not in summer anymore, even if some days it feels like we are. And I also changed my hair and gave it that kind of autumnal vibes, but with a bit of a fun colour flick. And then I finally got around to talking to Scrooge and finding out about the ghost in Dreamlight Castle. Now, don't panic, it's not really a ghost, as you'll soon discover. But so we go and explore that. I always stop and dig at those little fleshy holes. I find that sometimes you need them in missions and you can never find them when you need them, so I always kind of pick them as you go. And also pause there at the flower on the door for Beauty and the Beast, so I'm quite excited to unlock that door next time, probably. So here is us finding out that the ghost is in fact Vanellope, where she's glitching. Obviously, Scrooge McDuck got a bit muddled there. So this first bit unlocks the Dream Snaps feature, which isn't something I'd seen on social media myself, but then I don't avidly follow kind of Dreamlight Valley updates. So it gives us an initial challenge that is just to introduce us to the theme and to try and help Vanellope stop glitching. Now, I am terrible at designing. I think I am far too used to playing Sims where there's so many options that you can kind of smoothly, or more smoothly, in my opinion. However, I am also conscious that I have not unlocked anywhere near all the furniture options. So or decor options. So obviously, you know, if I do that, then I may come across a different opinion. So this picture is definitely just how much can you fit in. That would be the theme I would class it as. But then I go and tell Vanellope that I've done it and it's helped, and it unlocks the whole feature then. I did take a picture for the next challenge. Unfortunately, I didn't record that bit, so I can't give you a hint on who to vote for. But I think that feature is definitely not going to be something that I'm fantastic at, again, because of the design thing. But it allowed us to be able to put down Vanellope's house. Now, again, just like I'm not very good at designing inside, I'm not very good at landscaping. I had spent a little while last time where I had started to try and make my valley look prettier. So I'd moved all the trees and fruit bushes around to make a little orchard that I don't think you catch a glimpse of in this video. And moved all my villagers' houses around as well, because I had kind of initially gone for just kind of dumping them wherever they fit to kind of get through the storyline. And I am still in the process of, really, because it's nowhere near finished, of designing a better looking valley for my villagers. So this little bit is me kind of building up my relationship with Vanellope. I opted to go and make her a pizza, which was listed as one of her favourite gifts for the day. Well, normally you can just give them anything this early on in your relationship and it'll improve your friendship massively, because it's quicker to upgrade, up level in the first few instances. So that unlocked then my first mission with her, which was to plant these candy cane seeds. I did it very pretty around the house because I thought they might grow into big candy canes, and then again trying to make my landscaping look nice, so I thought that would look lovely, big candy canes around our house, but it doesn't, so just plant them anywhere. You literally pick them out and give them to her, and then she gives you a bunch of stuff to landscape around our house, which I'm terrible at. I moved Wally's house because I saw the sheer number of things that we were going to have to kind of squeeze around there, and then I pretty much went for the dump them method. It meant moving a few more things because the trees were taking up so much space. I mean, ideally, I'm going to have to completely redo this at some point and find a bigger area to put her. I mean, I don't know if it's just because I'm terrible at landscaping or anyone else feels like this, but I find that there's just not enough space across all the biomes, that you've either got to have the villagers on top of each other in a way that just doesn't look pretty, or you have to remove some of the very pretty aesthetics in the different biomes, because just to be able to spread the houses out more. See, again, the game is constantly updating, adding new things, changing. I am 90% sure that there's going to be new biomes. So again, perhaps there's going to be that element of more space, and you know, you can make things look more spread out. But this is me making her car for her, baking her car for her. But unfortunately, Dreamlight Valley isn't powered by candy. So there's more that we've got to do to find some electronic parts for her, and some syrupy glue. So I go for the electronic parts at Wally's, whose house I'd just moved, and then go and ask Remy for the syrupy glue. It doesn't tell you who to ask, but he was my first guess, and that was luckily right. I did see that Minnie was an option, so I don't know what that conversation evolves, whether she has something up her sleeve or she just says, no, sorry, I can't help. So then I moved on to the Forgotten side of the missions. I left Vanellope alone for a bit. We do circle back to her at the end of the video though. So I have done a lot of the Forgotten missions. So I've done the whole tree house with the fairy godmother, unlocking that in the Forgotten Lands. And then so kind of when I left, there are all these splits in the fabric, in the Valleyverse. And so we're now coming back to that. And obviously, like within a lot of Dreamlight Valley missions, there are, you know, empowering objects, and those memories that they have aid with the overall mission. So that's what you're kind of needing to go into, to kind of face the Forgotten for the final time, to find these really important objects that hold really positive memories for them, but obviously then in a way sad because they can't, it's not the same, because things never stay the same. So this is Mickey telling us the story behind the storybook, because obviously it's not ever just about the objects, it's about the memory behind that. So in theory, your character knowing that, the story behind it, makes it more powerful and therefore more useful in the final battle with the Forgotten. So it took me quite a while to find them all. I remembered seeing on Scar's cave a split So I went there and found a drawing, and he tells about that it's one that was done when you or the Forgotten or both of you, because it's one and the same, were younger. I cut quite a bit there because I was just kind of running around, but there is one where you found Ursula, the cave. You find a bucket and spade. So logically, we go and ask Ursula about it because it's where she was. She tries to get something out of us, like Ursula always does, but then tells us that it is Moana that we used to play with them with. So in order to make the object more powerful, we go and talk to Moana to try and get the story out of her. And this is her telling us about it. But luckily, we jog our memory. Okay, and then I go searching for the final one, and we end up where we found Olaf. And we find the cozy blanket. Now, so again, logically, we go and ask Olaf about it, and we all know Olaf loves to chat. And we find out that it's actually Elsa's blanket, because even though she can't feel the cold, she loves to feel cozy, which, I can't blame her for that. He tells us all about it, and then we are off to go and find Elsa to again get the more meaningful side of the story, not just the facts, the meaningful side of the story in regards to the blanket. This is her telling us all of that, which I've sped up a bit. So, I mean, if you're a super reader, you'll have read it all. So then we go and tell Merlin that, yep, look, here you go. We found everything that we need before we can go to the Dark Castle to face the Forgotten. And so I decided that actually I'd go shift off some stuff, because sometimes you can pick things up in these different places. Now I have so many chests that I've sort of organised, but badly, where I kind of store everything. So I can always do a run through of that as well if people actually watch this video. And I also changed my outfit because, I needed to look more explorer-y, and I tied my hair up because you don't want your hair in your face when you're trying to get stuff done. So this is us entering the Dark Castle. Again, I sped this up loads because there's several different doors that you've got to pass through in different missions, and I spent lots of time clearing night thorns and picking up everything I could. But with this first door, you've got to put on the crown and wings so that you look similar. And then this second door, you have to bake. I don't think you included the garlic, which I found after baking sludge, to feed the door because it's a hungry door. That little glimpse there for the next secret. So that door you take a photo in front of, and this door you have to get all the lampposts. And on the inside of that well, it shows you a picture of the phase of day, and you have to put them in the right place, and then it will allow you to kind of melt the thing and get the key. And then you go through the door and see the Forgotten. So you have a talk, and obviously they're not ready yet to they're not ready yet. So you face off, and it takes you into this kind of memory void where all those different things that you found come into play, and you build those memories together, and you heal a bit of the Forgotten enough that, they're ready to start that path of coming back to the valley. And that ended a credit scene. But obviously everyone knows that there's so much more Dreamlight Valley to come that obviously you can keep on playing. This is me saying goodbye to the Forgotten, but it says about coming to visit her. So I don't know if that is accessible yet, or it's going to be down the line where you can kind of flip between, or maybe they're going to move into the valley. Who knows? So this is saying that there's other areas to visit, and Merlin kind of telling us that there's more to come. Then I decided after doing that I would go and see what Vanellope had to say, and try and start doing some of her missions off. So I spent a little while building up our friendship, running around doing things while she stuck with me to build up our friendship level. And this mission is her wanting to kind of know what to do. So I showed her some fishing and mining, and then changed my outfit, ready to do some gardening. I decided to make a chest just for my gems and dumped all them out, because I normally just sell them, but I thought sometimes you have a mission where you really need a specific gem, and I never seem to find them. Like, it takes ages of mining to actually get them. But I dug my space for my seeds, and then went to bought a few more because I didn't quite have enough. And I thought, actually, I'm going to make this area pretty while they're growing. And so I made a few things, a bunch of fences, and rearranged some stuff, and started laying all my fences out. Even did a little path from my front door to there. Before I had a chance to lay out my sacks and flower pots and things, my game crashed. So, bye-bye.